James, 300 games now for the Albion. I think that makes you officially an Albion legend at this point. I mean, you must be delighted to have got to that figure.
Yeah, certainly am. A few games ago, it was getting close, so it sank in a bit, and it's a good achievement. Obviously, I see my mate Chris Brunt do it, so I was striding to, emulate him, and I'm really pleased that I've done that now.
First time we saw you, I remember you as a youth playing for Middlesbrough in the Cup. Yeah. Came on, I think, second half, turned the game.
Yeah. We won on penalties. I scored the third one. Dean Kiley nearly got it, and it's funny old game football. And next minute I'm signing for the Baggies. So 10 years ago now, it's sat here, 300 games, and enjoying football still.
Must have been a tough decision to make, though, to leave home. At a pretty young age as well.
Yeah, and to get told that you're not wanted, it's not nice, and it wasn't nice when it sunk in that I was leaving all I knew really. I thought I might have been Middlesbrough my whole career, but sometimes you've got to man up and go out your depth, and I came down here and I had a good manager under Tony Mowbray who suited my game, and the likes of Jonathan Green and Paul Robinson, Kevin Phillips, who I knew. Brunty came in, so it's pretty easy to settle in, and I never looked back really.
I mean, you did slot in straight away. I mean, you became a regular pretty much from the off, didn't you?
Yeah, but we also had a bit of rotation because we had the likes of myself, Texera, Brunty, Green and Corrin
as well,
Gira. So we had a really strong midfield really, so we had to mix it about, and in the Championship you can do that because there's games twice a week.
And in the Championship we always have a cup run.
Yeah,
just to add to it.
Yeah, so I forgot about that. So we got to the semi-final, and we had some good games. Probably looking back at one that will eat away at us, at Wembley. If we just, here and there, we could have got something out of that.
Yeah, we were robbed that day, weren't we?
Yeah.
And then, coming into the Premier League, I mean, that must have been good to get back in the Premier League and prove that, you could play at that level.
Yeah. The team was playing a good style of football. Everyone was enjoying it. But if you look back on that season, we played teams off the park that year and came away with nothing. Obviously, we got relegated, but still got a standing ovation off the fans, which was a bit strange. But it wasn't really enjoyable to play in. But on the other hand, it was shameful that we got relegated.
You picked up an injury at the end of that season. I remember that went on and on. I remember you getting pretty frustrated over that.
Yeah, it was
period.
a freak injury really, which it was hard to deal with because I was getting told that next week it'll be fine. What it all started was I had a bit of a heel injury and I was having injections to play in the games, and I got an infection and never healed since. And looking back on my career, the two injuries that I had, that's what eats away at me, because I believe that if it was better handled, or prepared, I could have been back and playing football a lot quicker. So, if any regret, there were the two things. I
mean, when you came back, obviously, I think both times you've come back really strongly from both of them. On
my first one, I think I only played, after 10.5 months, I only played 45 minutes of reserves, and I was back in. And I was still a bit off, but when you get thrown in, you've just got to get on with it, and that's probably what helped me. I just had to get on with it, and we were coming into the fighting for second really with Newcastle that year, and that was another good time, and Robbie did well.
And then coming back into the Premier League, and that's really where it's sort of taken off from there, hasn't it? Really, I think.
Yeah. Having looked back, I think that first season when you stay up, that gives you a big boost, and we had some good players come in and help steady the ship, and we never looked back, and we had some good managers there, Roy, Steve, who did a good job for this club.
And you also began to play international football as well, which has been a big part of your career.
Yeah, it was a big decision that I had to make. I sat down with my family, spoke to a few coaches, and and I just decided to do it. And I've really enjoyed my time with Scotland. I've played against some great great teams, great players, and I've had some good times.
Closing in on 50 caps and that goal against England at Wembley.
Yeah. Like you said, my goal now is to try and get 50 caps. We'll see how long that will take or what direction we'll go in. But it's one for the targets, 50 caps, and like you said, that England goal. I think that will be remembered for a long time.
Another target must be Premier League goals for the Albion too, behind Peter and Winger. So you're closing in.
I got told that, yeah. So yeah, that'll be a nice stat to have. Pete was a good player for this club. Forget all the other stuff what happened. Pete was a fantastic player, and to get past his goals will be a nice touch. And I'm sure, but some striker will come in and beat that. Hopefully Solomon can do that.
I mean, Peter's goals tended to be in the 6-yard box, the 18-yard box. You scored from a bit further out most of the time.
Wow. Some headers creeping in the sneaker. Well, it's something that I think I can remember my first goal. It took me a while to get off the mark for the club. I was missing chances, and I can remember talking to Craig Shakespeare, and he'd said, "Don't worry, it'll come." And then after that game, one flew in to the top corner, and ever since then, when the ball drops, that's given me the belief to just hit them.
I mean, there have been some really special ones. Against which, any one particular is the one that stands out for you as the best?
I seen it again the other day, the Man U one and the Blackburn one. They're my two that stick out.
You've been part of this group of players that's established us in the top flight first time in 30 years, the best Albion team in 30 years by some distance. Yeah. I mean, that must give you some real satisfaction to have played a big part.
Yeah, it does. There's obviously the club, it's got a good tradition here, and the players still spoke about now. So you're reminded of that, and it'll be nice for when we finished to be reminded like they were. And I've met some good people here. Chris Brunt, Jonas Olsen, Macaulay. Players that you look across on the pitch and you're gonna get 110% from, and good lads.
300 games, but I don't think there's any sign of any end to it all yet, is there?
No. Try and set new targets. Keep going as long as I can, really, and try and chase the number what I'll have in mind. But like I say, I'm 300 and enjoying my football.